guys, Chris here. Another demo day. I haven't invited you in a while, so let me clean my little stoop here, and let you come on in and see what's new. All right. Okay, so let's take this off the stand. I think the last I left you was I was doing the time lapse of and cutting down the bamboo ply for the countertops. I needed to clear out this outside space, so my surroundings changed a little bit. So I'll let you capture that here. If you remember, I couldn't put my car next to the camper until now. They had this event that you saw with the graffiti artists, where they tagged everything, even the fence line. And this spot, this gravel parking lot, was kind of used as one of the destinations for people to come and witness and see what some of the local artists are doing. Anyway, so part of that, they redid all this gravel. I had to move everything out of underneath that truck, which used to be here, and that's why I cut that 4x8 sheet down and get everything inside the camper. So if I didn't tell you that, that's the reason. And now I got new gravel, a little more level, and yeah, now this, I think I showed you that before, that's a big ventilation unit for like sawdust and stuff. And then I got this lovely pile of gravel. Don't worry, I'm not using the gravel in the camper. It's not for me. Alright, so yeah, here, I got a water heater, and this is a little, I think, a point of use 5-gallon water heater, electric. Got rid of that. I got a tankless hot water. I didn't really want to get into the mechanical side, electrical, plumbing, all that more until done with the demo and the structural aspect and everything. But that's out of there. I'm trying to see, I'm gonna go home and see if it works and then sell it if it does, or give it away eventually. Underneath the tarp out there, I've got the old furnace, and as well as the old fridge inside. I don't know if the furnace works, so I gotta test that too. It's propane. Alright, so let's see where we're at. So I spent yesterday doing a little time reorganizing, trying to push things further back. Here's the old refrigerator I have listed on Letgo Craigslist. The new one is over there behind this pile. Those are the bamboo pieces cut down. Two smaller ones for the counter over here, the big one for the kitchen countertop, they're both 70 inches wide. So I just moved everything back that way because the subfloor's done, so I can work over here. So with that, just kind of show you what I got going on here. I would have liked to have done a time lapse of the demo of the bathroom, and maybe I will on that side, but I wanted to just get this wall out of here, and there really wasn't room to set up the tripod, so I gotta watch my step. This is a little dangerous. Alright. Okay. Alright, so there's the kitchen. Wall that was there is here. You can even see by the nature of all the little soap things on the side and towel rack. The plan is to put a metal stud long ways along the wall, like I'm doing here, which you can't see because it's not there, but the same thing on this side, and then have a header come across and rest on everything. It's gonna go from here all the way to where almost about to that window, and then the wall that I took down, I'm gonna have another metal stud facing inward. So the idea being the structural integrity of this will be much better than it was, to the point where someone can like sit up top. Two people could sit, you know, from the doorway back. So not a big area. So this was actually the most intact part of my demo, the wall here and stuff. You see the insulation? There had been some water damage up there. You can see that it's kind of just poured in like a tar to stop that leak. And this is interesting here, like you could just tell that everything was prefabbed, and they just dropped this in, because this was all one piece. They didn't notch it out. I took that off, it was rotted, dropped this tube in, and glued it on. And then over here is an example of like a screw that I could not get to from inside this cabinet here. That was, that I just had to rip out, and I used the flush oscillating tool to cut all these off all the way down and pull this wall out. Here's an electrical outlet, a light, another light. Both were running. Actually, it's kind of neat. That was a DC light, and this was AC, so they had options. You know, if they weren't plugged in, they're boondocking, they could use a battery. So that's smart. I'm going to try and do something like that, or make it pure DC in the bathroom. Bathroom floor. Obviously they did some work here. There was some damage. They put in this new piece. Haven't pulled it up to see what the tank looks like yet. And then here we got this section. Under here, looks like some mice were living. You got a lot of fecal matter, some chewed up tissue paper and whatnot. So I got to clean all that out. So what's next for me here? I may have to take, I'll leave it. I may have to take that wall out next so I can get that 2x4 out of there, and then take all this out so I can get to the wall and put those studs in. And finally, that means I can put that header up there, which is what I've been wanting to do for a month now. But as I worked this way and everything, realized, you know, build up around the wheel well, deal with this. There's just a lot of aspects. So, oh, and the AC's out. I gave that to my friend John that helped me day one. He's going to use it on his garage. I went home and tested it, and it works. So that's a good thing. It's awesome with this natural light into the bathroom again. And behind here is the pieces of the window that I found that I would love to try and put back in and see if it works. All right, so, over here, I just want to show you the extent of the rot. And the water heater was over here. If you look down, you can see this 2x4 completely rotted out. Let's see if I can get you closer. Pretty bad. And, you know, this piece here of plywood was underneath the water heater as a temporary measure. So it was all real bad shape, if I haven't said it a zillion times before. Just another example. All right, painted the wheel wells black. I'm going to undercoat them with rubber before I mount them back on. So from here forward, everything is pretty put together as far as the flooring goes, knowing how I'm going to design it, how it's all cut down, insulations in for the most part. It's just fastening it all together. But Chad here, I was like, oh, do you need me to move this for the party that was this weekend? And he was like, no, don't touch it until you know it's not going to just, you know, the trailer's not going to rip out underneath it, because all the bolts are under. And I was like, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, he looked at this thing and he was curious how it's standing. So, so obviously it's not going anywhere until I get all the walls and stuff intact. And he's not in a hurry to get me out of here, but I don't want to overstay my welcome, which is, you know, 2 to 4 months, and it's been a month and a half. Okay, that's it for now. I'm gonna get out of here. The days are getting hotter, so I'm gonna start working more in the morning and the evenings if I can afford it. Get out here, and that's about it. All right, thanks.